1407, the Ming Empire just swallowed Vietnam whole. 29,000 soldiers, 800 bureaucratic offices. They didn't come to visit, they came to erase. But here's the thing about empires. The bigger the boot, the harder the kickback. And one wealthy landowner in Thanh Hoa was about to prove it. Lê Lợi wasn't a general, he was a landlord. His family owned vast rice fields in Lam Son, Thanh Hoa, over 1,000 servants, wealth most couldn't dream of. But watching foreign soldiers torture his countrymen, that wealth suddenly had a purpose. He started handing out silver, not to buy loyalty, to buy a rebellion. Lam Son wasn't just his home, it was a fortress disguised as farmland. Mountains at the back, the Chu and Huang rivers in front. When you're weak, you retreat into the hills. When you're strong, you sail down the rivers to strike. Lê Lợi didn't pick this spot by accident. Then came Nguyen Trai, son of a scholar, former Mandarin, escaped prisoner. Legend says he disguised himself as an oil merchant to reach Lam Son. When he met Lê Lợi, he handed over a strategy manuscript, Bình Ngô Sách. The plan to beat the Ming. It wasn't just military, it was psychological warfare. Nguyen Trai's plan was simple but radical. 1. Unite the whole country against the invaders. 2. Weaponize pride. Make every soldier believe they're defending civilization itself. 3. Turn the enemy's divisions into daggers. And coordinate politics, military ops, and diplomacy simultaneously. No pressure. January 1416, Lê Lợi and 18 others climbed to a valley called Lũng Nhai, Mother Mountain in the Muong language. They made offerings to heaven and earth. This wasn't just a military pact. It was a promise between ethnic groups. Vietnamese, Muong, Thai, unity before the storm. One of those oath takers, a Muong warrior named Lê Lợi, February 2nd, 1418. Lunar New Year. While Ming soldiers were drunk on rice wine and distracted by celebrations, Lê Lợi raised his flag. He declared himself Bin Jin Vuong, the prince who pacifies. 2,000 rebels, 35 commanders. The Ming never saw it coming. Sound familiar? Same playbook as Ngach Hoi Jong Ja, 3 centuries later. Here's the math problem from hell. The rebels, 2,000 farmers with spears. The Ming, 29,000 professional soldiers, plus tens of thousands more along the border, ready to crush any uprising. Lê Lợi advantage? Exactly none. Which is why he did what every underdog does. He ran to the mountains. February 1418, barely 2 weeks into the rebellion, Lê Lợi forces fled to Chi Lăng Mountain, over 7,000 feet of vertical rock. The Ming cut off their food supply. For 10 days, they ate wild tubers and honey. Men and horses were starving. An ancient reference, a call for sacrifice. Lê Lợi stepped forward, the Hmong warrior who swore the oath. He dressed in Lê Lợi robes, took 500 men, and charged straight at the Ming army. He lured them into a chase until they were exhausted, then let himself be captured. The Ming tortured and executed him, but Lê Lợi escaped. That's the trade Lê Lợi made. When Lê Lợi became emperor, he made Lê Lợi a first-rank hero and gave one order: hold Lê Lợi death anniversary the day before mine. The decoy died first. The king never forgot. May 1418. Round 2. The Ming came back with a vengeance, massacring civilians, digging up Lê Lợi family graves to terrorize the rebels. After the slaughter, only 100 fighters remained. They hid on Chi Lăng for 3 straight months. 100. That's how close the rebellion came to extinction. October 1418. The 100 became hundreds, then thousands. Lê Lợi rebels started hitting back. Ambushes at Lac Thuy, Muong Nan, Nga Lac. They weren't fighting pitched battles. They were bleeding the Ming slowly. Death by 1,000 cuts. Each raid killed hundreds. The momentum was shifting. March 1423. The Ming crushed them again. Back to Chi Lăng. 2 months with zero food supply. They slaughtered their war elephants and horses just to feed the troops. When you're eating your own cavalry, you're not winning. So Lê Lợi did something unthinkable. He sent envoys to surrender, or so it seemed. May 1423, Lê Lợi sent ambassadors with 5 elephant tusks and a letter begging for mercy. The Ming general accepted, not out of kindness, but necessity. The Mongols were hammering China's northern border. Peasant revolts were exploding everywhere. The Ming Empire was burning. They needed peace as much as Lê Lợi did, temporarily. October 1424, Nguyen Chich proposed something radical. Abandon Thanh Hoa, march south to Nghệ An. Why? Thanh Hoa was mountains and scattered villages. Nghệ An was fertile plains and dense population. More food, more recruits. And the Ming garrisons there? Weak, cut off, ripe for the taking. October 12, 1424, the rebels hit Jiakong Fort like a thunderbolt. Over 1,000 Ming dead, the commander fleeing for his life. Then Bo Lap, 2,000 more killed. The Ming sent reinforcements. The rebels ambushed them and killed another 1,000. All in 2 weeks. Nghệ An was collapsing before the main force even arrived. Late October, the rebels surrounded Tra Lan Fortress, 1,000 Ming soldiers trapped inside. For 2 months, Lê Lợi forces cut off supplies and sent surrender offers. No assault, just patience. By the end, the garrison was too weak to fight. They opened the gates. Smart wars aren't always loud. The Ming sent 10,000 reinforcements to break the siege. Jin Liet set an ambush at Kalu Pass. Just 1,000 rebels against 10,000 pros. He waited until the Ming were crossing the Lam River, then hit them mid-crossing. 10,000 men. Most drowned or died on the banks. The river ran red for days. Bo Ai, Nguyen Vinh Loc had a problem. Only 10 days of food left. His solution? Burn the rebel camp, pretend to retreat, and lure the Ming into the abandoned position. They took the bait. The ambush slaughtered over 1,000, captured the commander alive. Starvation became a weapon. By late 1424, Nghệ An province was free. The Ming garrison commander tried one last offensive and got shredded at Jogia. The rebels set up base at Lũng Nhai Fortress, carved into a mountainside. Thousands of young men flooded in to join. The rebellion wasn't underground anymore. It was a government in waiting. Late 1424. Jinla besieged Dien Chau, crushed the 400-man relief force, then did something unexpected. He took 2,000 men by sea and struck the Ming capital at Taizhou. Suddenly, the Ming were defending on 2 fronts. 9 months. That's how long it took to liberate Thanh Hoa and Nghệ An. Total. August 1425. Tran Nguyen Hun took 1,000 troops and 1 war elephant south through the mountains into Tan Binh and Thuan Hoa. At Ha Quang, they annihilated a Ming force, over 1,000 drowned in the Yang River. Then 70 warships arrived as backup. The southern provinces fell in weeks. February 1425, Ja Loi village, Nghệ An. When Lê Lợi army marched through, villagers, old and young, brought buffalo and rice wine. Entire families enlisted, fathers and sons, brothers together. This wasn't an army conquering territory, it was a nation reclaiming itself. September 1426, time to go north. Lê Lợi split his forces into 3 columns, 10,000 men total. Column 1 headed northwest to block Chinese reinforcements from Yunnan. Column 2 went northeast to cut off troops from Guangxi. Column 3, straight toward Yongquan, the Ming capital. The endgame was starting. The people didn't just cheer, they fought. A woman in Nam Jin sold wine to Ming soldiers, got them drunk, then dumped them in a canal to drown. A singer in Hung Yan entertained officers at banquets, waited for them to pass out in cloth sacks, then had villagers throw the sacks in the river. Guerrilla warfare, Vietnamese style. September 13th, 1426. 2 victories in 1 day. At Ninh Kieu Bridge, 2,000 Ming dead. At Nan Mook Bridge, now a drainage culvert in modern Hanoi, another 1,000. Then Sa Loc Bridge, another 1,000. 3 bridges 1 day, 4,000 enemy soldiers gone. The north was unraveling. The Ming Emperor panicked. He ordered Vuong Tong to take 50,000 fresh troops into Vietnam, 20,000 elites, 2,000 cavalry. Meanwhile, Tran Tri pulled 20,000 more from Nghệ An, 90,000 total. The largest Ming force ever assembled in Vietnam. It was now or never for both sides. November 7th, 1426, dawn. Vuong Tong marched 90,000 men through the swamps of Tat Jong. Low ground, mud everywhere. Fake signal shots lured them forward. By mid-morning, they were stuck in the marsh. Then Lê Lợi forces hit from all sides. Vuong Tong took an arrow. His deputy died on the field. 50,000 casualties. The survivors stumbled 6 kilometers to Chukjong Field. More mud, more forests. Rebels hidden on Chuk Mountain and Nin Mountain opened fire. They destroyed the bridges. The Ming couldn't retreat. Chinese sources admit 20 to 30,000 dead. Vietnamese records say the Nin River stopped flowing because of the bodies. That's not propaganda, that's hydrology. November 22nd, midnight. Lê Lợi forces attacked the outskirts of Zhongquan, the Ming capital, not to conquer, to encircle. He moved his headquarters 3 times in 2 weeks, tightening the noose. Meanwhile, he placed a puppet emperor on the throne, Tran Chao, just to negotiate. The Ming were trapped, starving, alone. January 1427, Vuong Tong sent peace envoys, claimed he needed supplies and safe roads to withdraw. Lê Lợi saw through it. The Ming were buying time, begging Beijing for more troops, so the rebels kept squeezing. By April, the Ming tried 3 desperate breakout attacks. All failed. Jin Lei and Nguyen Shi both died repelling them. The Ming emperor made one last bet. 115,000 reinforcements split into 2 armies. Liu Tung commanded 100,000 with 20,000 horses from the north. Mok Than led 50,000 with 10,000 horses from the west. If either reached Zhongquan, the war was over. Lê Lợi had to stop both. October 10th, 1427, Liu Tung's 100,000-man army entered Chi Lăng Pass, an 8-kilometer valley surrounded by cliffs. Vietnamese forces let them in. Then war elephants charged. Archers rained poisoned arrows. Liu Tung took a spear to the chest and died on Ma Yen Mountain. 10,000 dead in one afternoon. The relief column collapsed. October 15th, the remnants regrouped under Luong Min and pushed toward Con Tram. 30,000 rebels were waiting in hidden fortresses on the hills. When the Ming entered the kill zone, the Vietnamese swarmed from every direction. Luong Min died by a thrown spear. 20,000 more casualties. The invasion was hemorrhaging. October 18th, the shattered army reached Shuangjiang, 70,000 exhausted, traumatized men. Lê Lợi surrounded them, cut supply lines, and sent surrender letters written by Nguyen Tri. November 3rd, the final assault. War elephants, 4-sided attack. 70,000, gone. While Shuangjiang burned, Nguyen Tri sent messengers to Mok Than's Western Army, along with Liu Thung's seal taken from his corpse. Your partner's dead. Your emperor abandoned you. Mok Than fled in the night. Vietnamese cavalry chased him to the border, killing another 1,000. He crossed into China alone, on horseback. December 10th, 1427. The Oath of Yongquan. Both sides drank blood and swore peace. The defeated Ming general read the terms aloud. Withdrawal began December 29th. 86,000 soldiers marched back to China. Out of 200,000 who'd entered, Vietnam was free. After 20 years, the Lam Son Rebellion didn't just win, it rewrote the rules. 2,000 farmers became 350,000 soldiers. A landlord became an emperor. A rebellion became a dynasty. The Ming Empire, the superpower that conquered nations, got kicked out by rice farmers who refused to quit. Here's what keeps me up at night. The Ming had unlimited resources, professional armies, imperial backing, and they lost to guerrillas eating tree bark. How? Was it Nguyen Tri's strategy? Lê Lợi sacrifice? Or something deeper? Something about what happens when you fight for survival versus orders? That's not ancient history. That's the playbook.